Welcome to Experience 35, Island Snow with Bootstrap, WOD number 2. So we did WOD number 1 earlier, so now we're going to do the middle part of the site. So let's make sure I start my timer. There we go, good, good. So I want to create a branch on the repo. New branch. I'm going to have to call it middle 2 because I've already done middle 1. Create a new branch. This is my second try at this. I want to publish my branch. Go to IntelliJ. Make sure I'm on my middle 2 branch, and I am. So let's add some comments. Just to see the pieces of the code. And so now we want to have logo. We want to add the logo. Kill this. I don't mean this. WOD2. So we want to make a row and a column. Class row, div class column, call. And now we want the image. So we can save this link as, make sure we're going in the right place. That's my GitHub repository, Island Snow. It's going into the right place. Downloaded. Go make sure I got it. There's my file. So I want an image. Source is the island thing. Alt is snow logo. And then I want my class. And it's saying I want my image to be fluid, so it goes around. I want it rounded, so I get the rounded thing, but we won't see the edges. MX auto centers it because it's saying margin X should be auto on the left, auto on the right. D block helps do the flexibility. And then PY is saying put some padding in the Y direction. So, and save it. Take a look. We've got our Island Snow logo. Great. One little bit of padding there. I think we should probably give a little more padding. Let's try 3. Okay, 3 looks good. Maybe 2. So now we want a second menu. So we're going to have a row, and we want to justify our content center. And then we want some top, again, we want some tops to push it down from the logo. So, again, we want to div class row justify content center. And we want a padding top of, let's say, 4. We'll see what that. Okay, so now we want some columns in there. And it's a column 1, so it's a width 1. And now we want it to look like it's a drop down. And so we want to have a drop down, so that's very similar to our drop down. So div class, and we don't need the nav item. So we want a div class drop down. And then we want our drop down toggle. And we want it to be the word in this case men, but we want it to be bold, so let's make it strong. And we got the man, and it's got a nice little drop down arrow next to it. That's perfect. So now let's copy this. We want women, kids, and brands. And we want one more column, but it's not a drop down. So we don't need the drop down. We actually don't even need the div. And we want search. So that's looking nice. Maybe we don't need that 4. Maybe we could do a 3. That's looking good, I think. So the last thing is we want the full width image. So again, we're going to save link as. It's going into the right place again. Excellent. So we want a row, I don't know if we even need the justify content center, but we'll leave it in just for fun. Main edge. So we have a div class row by content center. Not 100% sure we need to do that. And then we want our image. Let's see if we just create an image. The source is the main. We have a class. We want image fluid, so it fills the space. We don't need the rounded. If we don't need rounded, and that's it. Let's see what we got. Oh, looks pretty good, but there's not a lot of padding here. Sort of like to have my padding top in there. And we're going to use our 3 again. So it's sort of like we get even spacing here, sort of even spacing here, even spacing here. That's looking pretty darn good. Let's check to see what it was supposed to look like. This one has a little more padding between the second menu and what we have, but I think our balance looks a little better than that test image. Let's see what else I need to do. Make sure it's committed to GitHub. Okay, so we got our 2 logos, our change in that. WOD2 done in how much time? 8:30. Commit the middle 2, push to origin. Hopefully it gets all up there. Go internet, go. I've seen this happen a couple of times, where it sort of hangs in the push. It does not look like it had. Oh, I haven't merged it into main. Ah, let's go into middle 2. Looks like we got it. That looks good. And so we'll do that in the WOD3. So that's it. Hope this was quick, easy to follow.